I'm like judging these women, these moms who I thought were crazy. I'm like, God, they probably have weird kids in a weird household. And now I'm just like, no, they're on to something. Those original hot girls right there. That is it. Well, we had a first this morning, you guys, and I'm about to just dump on you really quickly. A little story time, okay? We had our very first tornado warning at 2:30 in the morning. From 2:30 to 4:30, we had to cram into my downstairs bathroom underneath our staircase. Now, let me just like explain this. Let me just explain this to you as a Californian has moved to Nashville and is experiencing this for the first time. Okay. Now I know that it's tornado season. Okay. My parents also have lived here for almost 5 years, or yeah, 4 years. And so they've been through tornadoes and having to shelter in place, and they told us about it, whatever. We know we're equipped. We've like got our shoes ready. Like we've got things ready as we can be, but you always have your first time. Well, it's nice and fresh. Okay. So it also, if I sound a little bit delusional and just all over the place, please just know that losing 2 hours of sleep from the hours of 2 to 4 is psychological warfare. Like that should never happen. It's a crime against humanity. Like I feel like I've just been all over the place today and not well. And I'm not really that tired because the weather is still a little funky. We're on tornado watch right now. Still, it's just been insane. Okay, so I'm deep in REM sleep, right? Da da da. I'm sleeping. All of a sudden, I hear. I don't know if you guys have ever gotten an Amber Alert on your phone before, but it's that on your phone, the weather alert. All of a sudden, I didn't even need to hear it for longer than 0.001 second for me to be resurrecting from my bed. I literally resurrected from my bed and I was like immediate go time. Like my adrenaline, I was wide awake. I wasn't like, what's going on? What is this? No, mama knew exactly what to do, where to go. I wasn't even like fully prepared, but for some reason, mama knew what to do. My motherly instincts kicked in, and I was like, I need to grab my kid, my sweet baby Gemma Lou. Okay. So all of a sudden, I hear, the thing go off, the alert go off on my phone. And then outside, so fucking eerie, you hear, ooh. Yeah, pretty good, right? They do it at the first Saturday or Sunday morning. I think it's the first Saturday morning of every month around like 9 o'clock in the morning. They run the test to make sure that the tornado sirens are working. And then all of a sudden I'm looking and there's just flashing from the windows, like non-stop lightning, crackling thunder. Rain is starting to hit sideways, rain, Forrest Gump, starting to hit against our windows. And I'm like, I got to grab my kid. So Nash is like fucking lucid dreaming. I'm like, Nash, you got to get it together. Like I'm wired right now. Like you don't even want to play with me. Like I could run a marathon. Like my heart rate, my Aura Ring tracked a workout because I was just so wired. I get my sweatpants on. I get high socks, shoes. I've got a sweatshirt. I've got my hair tied back. I grab my water bottle. I grab my phone and I sprint downstairs. I get Gemma collar and leash on. I get a bowl to make sure to like fill it up with water in the bathroom, some peanut butter and some treats for her. Grab a blanket and some pillows and stuff it into the bathroom. We all get in there. Chooch goes in the pantry that's right next to the bathroom. Again, it's underneath our staircase. We don't have a basement. Underneath our staircase on the first floor. Gemma, side note, did amazing. She literally just farted and slept the whole entire time. So she was like hotboxing Nash and I with her rancid toots, probably a little bit nervous, but she's like, I'm going to fight this NATO off too. Like if it's going to come touchdown, it's not going to want to here because it's so stinky. That's how she is. So she did amazing, luckily. But we get into the bathroom. Nash is like got his YouTube, I think it's like Nashville severe weather or something, guys, that he watches on YouTube that we're live streaming. And okay, to be fair, this is my first one. However, I posted about it on TikTok, and a lot of people say that they have lived here their whole life for 8 to 10 years or whatever. They've lived here for a while, and they've never experienced what happened last night because it wasn't just like one storm that rolled through. It was 4 consecutive like storms that were rotating. Each storm that came through was like rotating as if it were to be, a tornado 4 times. So I got, no joke, my entire phone every like 5 minutes was like, and it was just going off with like a new thing. It's like flash flood, tornado warning, take shelter, all this stuff. And I'm like, what? Is this normal? Like, is it always supposed to go off? But apparently it's not. It was a very, very bad storm, really bad storm. And it's still honestly really not good outside at all. But it was okay. We're okay. Long story short, everything's fine. We did excellent. The Panella Rudy household had it on lock, and I'm not fucking playing. I'm not playing when it comes to this. And I know some people are commenting on my TikTok posts. They're like, oh, I've lived here all my whole life. And, I just stay in bed, or I'll just pop outside and be like, ooh, what's going on? I'm not playing around. I am not playing when it comes to this kind of stuff. I've got a first aid kit. I've got flashlights in the downstairs bathroom. I've got little granola bars. Like, I've got a little bag of doggy treats emergency. I've got everything on lock. Like, I'm not playing around. Mama Bear is not playing around when it comes to this kind of stuff, because you just never know. And I am never one to be like, there's no such thing as being too safe and too cautious ever in life. So anyways, long story short, it's fine. But here's the thing. I've experienced a few different kinds of natural disasters. I'm from Northern California, from the Bay Area. So earthquakes and fires, those are like, I'm an expert, basically. I should become some kind of weatherman. I am an expert when it comes to that stuff. So we practice growing up fire drills and earthquake drills. With fire drills, stop, drop, and roll, or exit the building as soon as possible. And then with earthquake drills, you just ducked under your desk and you like held your head down. You just had to like go in a little egg shape, hold your head, take cover. And I've been through some gnarly fires. Luckily, never anything that's like damaged anything of my own, but we've had to evacuate from fires before, especially with Nash and I living in Reno. Fire City, Fire Central there. It got really close to our old apartment that we used to live in. So we've been evacuated for that. And I've been through earthquakes. I mean, there's earthquakes every day in California. A lot of them you don't feel. Most of them you don't feel, but some of them you do. And there are some huge earthquakes that I've been through. And the experience of a fire is like, unless if it's in your own backyard, of course, and it happens like right there, you have some time to kind of prepare. And it's light, it's ignited, you can see it, it's fire, it's really scary, it's really hot. You could have some time to evacuate. There's nothing you can really do with fire because it's so destructive, but it's just like you have time to kind of prepare and evacuate because you can see it wherever it is. Even in the night, you can see it because it is, again, bright as shit. It's fire. With an earthquake, so you have time to prepare for a fire. With an earthquake, it just catches you by surprise. Like, you never know when an earthquake's going to come. There's no like, hey, an earthquake's going to come in a week. Just like, be aware. No, you just don't know. With an earthquake, it's the craziest thing. All of a sudden, things will start shaking. You'll hear things on the wall start to shake before you feel it. Like, you'll hear things in your house start to shake and you're like, gosh, that's weird. And then you'll feel it. And you're sitting there and you're like, what's happening? And then you're like, oh my God, an earthquake's happening. Okay. And then by the time that you maybe go to take cover underneath like a desk or whatever it may be, it's over. It happens so fast. Usually they don't happen for like it's not like an hour long that things are shaking. It really could be anywhere from like a couple of seconds to like a minute or two long, which is a really long time. But usually it's over before you realize it's happening. And then, of course, there's aftershocks, which are mini earthquakes that happen after like a big earthquake. And I've experienced some crazy earthquakes where like shit fell off our like shelves and stuff in our home. And it's definitely super scary. But you don't really know that it's happening until it's already done. And then you're like, oh, that was an earthquake. Okay, let me check the magnitude. And you're like, dang, that was like a 6.2 earthquake. It's pretty crazy. And then you just kind of go on about your day. With a tornado, it is so eerie. Oh, it's creepy, eerie, scary. And you're just like, it's weird. With hurricanes and tsunami. Are you guys watching White Lotus? Who's watching White Lotus season 3? Me. So good. So good. Who do we think did it? Is the last episode already aired by the time that this is aired? I don't know. I've got my theories though. But anyways, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, then I probably sound crazy. But with tsunamis and hurricanes, I feel like you do have some time to prepare. Maybe not as much with tsunamis, but definitely hurricanes. They're like, a week prior, they're like huge hurricane, Cat 5 coming in. Pack your shit and get out of the state right now, which obviously not everybody can easily just pack their stuff, of course, and like move their whole family for a weekend or a day or two or whatever that may be. Easier said than done, but you have time to prepare. Again, with NATOs, it's like, that it's tornado season. It's like, hey, the atmosphere's a little funky. It's really hot, really overcast, and it's very still. Who's calling? Hold on. That was my man. Is my man okay? Oh no, that's Nash just calling me on his lunch. I'm like, what's going on now? What's going on at work? Is he okay? Is everything fine? I get worried with Nash. Y'all, the ER is crazy. There's a lot of times where he is on lockdown because there is like an active shooter or something, which is terrifying. And sometimes he'll just like text me or call me to let me know. So I just wanted to make sure I got it. It's just mama's on edge. Okay. With the tornado, back to what I was saying, it's just eerie. It's dark. You can't really see it, especially if it's happening from 2 to 4 in the morning. I mean, this is like, it's pitch black outside. And I'm like, It was just really not good. It was not good. It was scary, but everything is fine now. And God, what a weird atmosphere. It's weird, creepy weather. It's very eerie. And I will never, I keep, every time I close my eyes, I just hear that tornado siren in the middle of the night. And it is so scary. Like, no, like a movie with Glenn Powell is not going to do it justice. Like that man did not do tornadoes justice. Like it's actually really fucking scary. So anyways, we just went through that. First time for everything and we are still prepared. I still got an eye on. I'm like looking outside right now and it's just not looking good. It's not looking good. But let's pivot into today's episode, okay? Raise your hand if you're a 20 something who is trying to figure it out. Raise your hand if you're a 30 something trying to figure it out, or a 40 something, or a 50 something. I think the theme is that, first of all, we're all just girls. So let's just take it easy. Let's take it easy on ourselves. Let's just take a breath. But this is going to be about just living in your 20s. I'm only 26, so I can't wait to, hopefully this podcast will still be alive when I maybe turn 30 and I can look back and be like, okay, let's debrief the 20s. But now that I'm in the technical second half of my 20s, I want to reflect on what my 20s have been like so far. And I'm going to tell you right now, they have been insane. And I get more DMs than you guys would think about you guys. I'm looking outside and it's just not looking good. Why are the why are the tornadoes? No, why are the clouds moving in two different directions? Okay, but anyways, we're gonna get through this episode. I mean, if a NATO is starting, you guys, I'm gonna get it on here, and I'm gonna finish this episode. Anything for the besties. But anyways, your 20s are a crazy time, and I want to take some time to reflect on them really quickly. I would say when you graduate college, if you go to college and you graduate around 22 years old, that's how old I was when I graduated, you kind of for the first like from 22 to 24, you're still like young, hot, wild, and free. You're still spending money, a little bit broke, trying to figure it out, trying to find jobs, trying to like survive, living with roommates from college, maybe still partying your booty off and traveling and going home for the holidays. Like it still feels kind of college-esque. And then all of a sudden it doesn't. And you're like, okay, this is not really fun. Real life kind of just hits you like a bullet train. And you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I've got real responsibilities. I've got a household to take care of now. I've got a ring on my finger. I'm talking about getting married. I'm talking about kids. I maybe got an animal. I'm paying bills. I'm now kind of deep into my career. And now I'm like, oh, and it kind of feels like you're living the same day over and over and over and over and over. And you're kind of like, wow, things are not like they used to be. And they all of a sudden, like real life feels very real. And you're like, okay. And then you look back at the times where you are maybe in college or just out of college in your first couple years of your 20s. And you're like, oh my gosh, that I was so stressed over what? Like now I'm really stressed. What was I even stressing about? Like that's so, that's so little compared to how I felt now. And then you also look back at your beginning of your 20s and you're like, I was so fucking skinny and I thought I was fat. Like, how did I think that about myself? How did I think so low of myself then and obviously this is not the reality of everybody's situation. Of course not. For me personally, I'm just kind of projecting here. Sorry. But I'm like, oh my gosh, I look back at pictures and I was so tiny tiny for myself. And I'm like, how did I want to lose weight at that age? How did I think so low of myself? And you go through all of these things. And then you kind of hit 25, which this is not for everybody. And anytime I talk about this, I feel like I maybe scare some people off, or some people will comment on my TikToks or DM me and be like, wait, I'm turning 25 soon and I'm scared. Like, is my body going to change? And what do you mean your frontal lobe develops? Like, what does that mean? I don't know. All of a sudden I hit 25 personally and things just changed. Things changed last year. My body started to look different. I started to just the way that I receive information, the way that I process it, and the way that I give information and communicate is so different than what it used to be. I'm starting to just settle in my body, in my mind, in my soul, even though I'm still feeling a little uncomfortable with life, which I think we all are. But it just was kind of like a transformative year. And it's not like I woke up one day and I was like, oh my God, wait, I'm like seeing different things. Like, this is crazy. It's just, I look back and I'm like, yeah, the things are different. And also, I think being in a long-term relationship with Nash, he's known me since I was 19 years old. I'm, 26 now. So he has totally seen those changes in me too. And he's even mentioned it. He's like, yeah, like you're different, but in a good way. Like you're a woman, like you're just grown. And I'm like, okay, period, king. But it's just kind of like a crazy period of time. Now I'm 26 and it feels, or I guess it's like, what is it? I'm already, when you turn 20, like when you turn an age, you've already lived that age because you go 0 to 12 months. So you've lived your first year of life. So I've already lived 26 years of life. I'm living my 27th year of life now. Wait, 27. Wait, 27 does not sound good. Hold on. I know I recently said on a podcast episode that I'm like excited for my 30s because I know that that's where it clicks. Like 30s and 40s is where it's at. But now I'm saying 27. I'm like, whoa, that sounds a little, is it hot in here? Like that sounds a little bit old. Sounds a little bit old, but it's not. Okay, everybody relax. So here's the thing. Your 20s are crazy. Of course they are. I'm pretty sure that's how they're supposed to be, right? Like we're supposed to fuck up. We're supposed to take a risk. We're supposed to move and date and party and try new things and fail. Like if there's any time to fail, it's now. We're 20s. We've got time to recover. We've got a long time to recover. We're quarter life, baby. Like there's nothing wrong with trying and failing. There's nothing wrong with making crazy decisions or doing stupid things. Like obviously be safe, but you guys know what I mean. I feel like we all feel this pressure in our 20s to feel like we need to have it together because we turn onto our other form of reality, social media, and we see all these people who are our age or younger who seemingly have it all together and have this perfect curated life and who are maybe is making really good money or looks like they make good money and you're sitting there and you're like, God, I just like, and maybe you followed them for a couple years and they've had very big peaks in life and you maybe just feel like you are just kind of where you're at, maybe like a little bit better, but it's not like what you're really seeing online. And of course, we can't help but turn and look at ourselves in the mirror and be like, I have to be doing more. I need to be making more money. I need to look better. I need to feel better. I have to do all of these things and I have to rush into finding somebody and settling down and getting a ring and getting engaged and getting married and having a kid. And I need to do this, all this stuff and rush through it. But it's like, why? Why do we have to do that? We're so young. We shouldn't be rushing through things, right? We should not be rushing through things. Now is the time for us to really just enjoy being young. You guys, we're only going to be in our 20s once. We're only going to be this young once. We're only this young right now. Like, why are we trying to have it all together? Because we are not supposed to have it all together in our 20s. We are not. What a crazy period of time. These are transformative years. And probably, maybe if we look back, our 20s are going to be the most chaotic, insane, unpredictable, maybe even worst years of our lives. Like, I think it's only going to get better from here. That's kind of what I'm feeling. And I also asked y'all on my Instagram story, if you're 30 years or older, if you could share some advice for us 20 somethings, because we feel, again, this pressure to have it all together and to feel like we need to be a certain way or be at a certain point in our career or making certain amount of money or being a certain point in relationships or whatever. And I think a majority of y'all who are 30 years and older who responded to that, I kind of like skimmed through some of them, definitely feel like it's like, do not have it all together. But you guys gave some really great advice and I'm really excited to share it with you guys because I always want to make sure that you all know, I just want this to feel like a community and I want you guys to feel heard, especially on my podcast while I have this space. I want you guys to tell me how you feel, give the advice so I can channel it to you all because I've got this audience here and I've got all the besties who listen to the podcast. I want you all to know that whatever you're feeling right now and whatever you're going through, you are not the only one that feels that way at all. You are not alone. You are not alone in your feelings. And I want you all to feel like we all are kind of here for each other because at the end of the day, I know we say this, but we are literally all just girls. Whether you're 95, 75, 25, it doesn't matter. 15, we're all just girls experiencing life for the first time. And you know what's funny? The other day I posted a TikTok about me walking with arm weights, because when I was a kid and I would see the crazy neighborhood ladies that would be with their weighted vest and their little arm weights and ankle weights, and they would be speed walking in the neighborhood, pumping their arms like a mad woman, I would pass judgment. My 7-year-old me is like singing this date song or something in my car, and I'm like, oh my God, weirdo. Like their house must be so weird. Look at that crazy, weird mom who's like pumping her arms like crazy. You guys, it's me now. I've turned into that crazy mom as a 26-year-old unwedded right now, not mother. Okay. I get it now because then you just, all of a sudden you're older and then you look at women and you're like, they're just girls. They're on to something. They are on to something. They were the original hot girl walks. Like those were the OG hot girl walks. They had their little like thin little headphones with the cord attached to their little like, well, I don't know what you don't call it like a Walkman. What is it called? Like their little iPod Nanos or whatever. They had their strap. Do you guys remember the iPod Nanos? You had a strap you could put around your arm and you would fit it in there and you'd have the cord and you put in your ears and everything. And that was high tech. Yeah. That was some serious stuff. I'm like, this right here, this is the future. If you didn't have a little armband for your little iPod Nano, then what were you doing? Did you guys ever have an iTouch? That, oh my God, thinking of that is crazy because the iTouch was like the original iPhone. It just didn't have cell service. Like that was like the prototype. They're like, let's just like do an iTouch first, see how it does. And then we're going to drop like a legitimate iPhone. Yeah, those were the days. Those were the days. And the colored iPod Nanos, we still have all ours. Chooch had a green one and I had a blue one. And they were so fun when you would spin the little like clicker to turn up the volume. Oh, when life was good. Yeah. Wow. Nostalgia. Am I right? That's just, yeah. Looking back, that's crazy. But it's just funny because I used to, 7-year-old me thinking I'm the shit, Veruca salting it up. And I'm like judging these women, these moms who I thought were crazy. I'm like, God, they probably have weird kids in a weird household. Now I'm just like, no, they're on to something. Those original hot girls right there. That is it. I will be taking notes and I need to sit my stupid ass down and to take some notes and to shut up and be like, yeah, that's it right there. But, at the end of the day, we're all just girls. We're all just girls experiencing life for the first time. And we all just need to come together and be here for each other and just give advice to each other. I just feel like there's so, I don't know about you guys, but online, the negativity is crazy. Some people deserve to be dragged. Don't get me wrong. Some people deserve to be called out and dragged for sure. I'm for it a little bit, I mean, come on. Every girl likes a little hot goss and a little hot tea. We kind of sit there and we're like, ooh, nothing like going out to dinner with your man is one thing. Going out to dinner with the girls, splitting like 2 or 3 bottles of wine and doing nothing but talking shit. Gives me goosebumps. It gives me goosies. I love it. I mean, that fuels me. Maybe it's bad. Maybe you're like, Soph, that's like not good. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm being honest with you here. We love it. That's like girlhood core right there, right? But online just feels negative with women. Like we're just dragging each other down. Even if somebody random, this is not about anybody in particular, by the way, but even if somebody like posts a video, then there's just these other women in the comments that are just like, maybe somebody posts like a freaking haul or whatever. And then somebody's just in the comments, like just being negative and dragging them. And it's like, God, why is that necessary? Like, oh, why is that necessary? Like, let's maybe keep things to ourselves. I think people are getting very comfortable online just saying the most insane things. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I don't know why people feel so comfortable, like being so loosey goosey with that keyboard. Like, my mom was always like, which is so funny. She's like, whatever you put on the internet, it's there forever. Well, look at me now, Mom. Now I'm in a People magazine exclusive for shitting my pants on a date. So there you go, kids. That's Mommy right there. You're welcome. It's my claim to fame. Can't wait for that to come back full circle and around and show my kids that. I'll be like, Grandma, I'll be like, oh, you look at this. It's my People magazine exclusive. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I want to just spread some positivity. I want to also just like have everybody just take a step off the ledge real quick, take a breath. Everybody just take a breath, like roll out your neck, roll out your arms, your shoulders, whatever it is, and just relax for a second because I'm going to share a lot of pieces of advice that the older besties gave us. And I don't want an older meaning just older than the 20s. Okay. So 30 years and above, which you are still young, even, The 85-year-old women out there, they're still young too. Okay. Young at heart, young women. We love it. But I'm going to share with you guys some advice that you all gave. And it's really good advice. A lot of it's kind of like the same energy, but I'm going to read through a lot of them. So let's sit down. Let's just take this in. Let's just know that everything's going to be okay. Even if things feel heavy right now, or we feel very overwhelmed mentally, physically, emotionally, financially during our 20s, and we feel this burden to have it together, let's see what the older besties have to say. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. As you get older, your friend group may get smaller, and that's okay. Quality over quantity. Amen to that. You never stop learning. Completely normal to not have it all figured out. Every year changes perspective on life, love, goals. Gotta go with the flow, and learning how to go with the flow of life comes with time. Be patient. I really like that because I do feel like every year things change so much, and you should be changing every year. You should be a different person every year and be even more solidified in your views or beliefs or wants or values or things that you want out of life or goals that you have, or changing them and being like, wait a minute, no, this is not what I thought it was. Like, this is completely different. Like, that's totally normal. Prioritize yourself, prioritize your spouse. If you get those two right, the rest will follow. I really like that. Start investing. Even $10 a month can change your life with the S&P 500. What is the S&P 500? Okay, no, you're right. A lot of it is investing, you guys. A lot of the girlies are saying to invest, which I love. Marriage is way more than just love and a ring. There should be a class on legal ramifications. Honestly, amen to that. That ain't that the truth. It really does feel, even just going from like boyfriend, girlfriend to having a ring and being like fiance, you're kind of like, whoa, this is serious. And now you're probably going to get legally married soon. And now I'm like, oh, damn, like this is really like we're legally bound, baby. Like that is a huge deal. It's not a walk in the park. If you're unhappy in your career, make the changes you need in order to be happy. Even if that means going back to school or changing industries, you are so young and you have plenty of time to establish yourself on a new career path if the path you're on doesn't feel like the right fit. I changed industries when I was 28, and 10 years later, it's been the best decision I ever made. End of novel. That was wonderful. A career change at 28 probably seems extremely scary. But I think also a lot of us, what we're struggling with is maybe a career that you don't feel like is fulfilling enough or maybe paying the bills, or it's just not something that you want to do. Well, we've got a bestie right here at 28 who made the change, and a decade later, it's the best decision that she ever made. So if you needed a sign from the universe where you've been thinking about switching career jobs and you have seen a new job listing and you're like, I've been wanting to apply, but I don't know. It's so scary. It's so different. Like, I don't know. Do it. Do it, girl. Stop worrying about other people's opinions and what they think. Also, invest early. I wish I would have started sooner. I learned the hard way I needed to be single and loved myself before settling down. I cried when I turned 30, and now at 32, it's my favorite decade. I love and trust myself so much. You'll never miss out on what's meant for you when you focus on yourself. It comes. Oh, you besties are good. God, I fucking love you guys. Stop comparing yourself to other people your age. Literally, everyone is at a different spot in life. Be selfish. Focus on yourself and your needs. You will thank yourself later on in life. Don't settle, especially with a man. This might be the most selfish you'll ever get to be. No kids, no husband. Enjoy it. Truth. Slow down. You have time. Care less about what people think, because soon you'll be 30 and you won't care anyway. And that's, you know what? A lot of you guys in your 30s are like, as soon as I hit 30 or like I hit 32, I stopped giving a fuck about what people thought of me. You just don't care. You don't care as much. You're just like, yeah, I care about myself, but I don't really care about what y'all think of me. But in your 20s, it still feels like we all just really care about what others think of us and how others perceive us, because we're still insecure in a way. Like we're not secure in how we feel because we're still new to living life. Like we're new here. We're new to living life. We're new to being in the workforce. We're at the bottom of the food chain. And I know I'm saying this stuff as somebody who owns their own business, but still, I'm a baby business owner. I'm a baby entrepreneur, and it feels quite intimidating to be in this industry. And that goes the same for any industry. Like we're so new. We're new to like real life things where it's like, okay, Yes, maybe. Oh, even for since, I got out of college, I've had bills to pay. I've had bills to pay in college. Okay. But it's like, really feels like, okay, there's a lot. We've got bills to pay. We're like getting our foot, but only we've got maybe just like a foot into the door into this real life thing. And now I feel like when you're in your 30s, you've got a couple steps in. 40s, you're walking. 50s, you're jogging. 60s, you're running. You're like, no, I've got this life thing on lock. And that's kind of, I feel like, the progression of life. One, travel if you can. I wish I would have traveled more with my girlfriends while I could. And two, I love my married life with a toddler, but your 20s is such a fun time. Do the most. Do the fucking most. Go on that trip. Book that trip right now with your girlfriends. Text in your girl group, girlfriends, whatever. Even if you haven't messaged each other in weeks, go just text and be like, you guys, we need to plan a little trip. Let's plan a trip. Let's do it. Trust your gut about everything. Partners, career, friends. Your intuition is almost always right. I love that. If you 10 out of 10 times rather hang out with your friends than your partner, leave them. You always have time to reinvent yourself and change your life. Knowing what your priorities are, knowing what's important to you will help you avoid FOMO. Slow down, enjoy the ride, take every single opportunity you're given. There is no timeline, it doesn't exist. Also, we don't have it together either. I love that. Say yes to everything. I'm 31, but still feel like I'm in my 20s drowning. Amen to that. Live your life, be adventurous. You have forever to settle down, get out more, meet new people. Remember, everyone's timeline is different. Don't compare your life to others. As a woman in your 20s, you change so much. Best thing you can do is lean into it. Love that. Let go of what drains you. Friends, boys, jobs. Learn who you are, not who you should be. Okay, I just got goosebumps. Hold on. Hold the phone. I'm going to repeat that. Let go of what drains you. Friends, boys, jobs. Learn who you are, not who you should be. I think a lot of us are chasing down who we feel like we should be, what we shoulda, coulda, woulda, instead of what we are. And when you are chasing down an image of yourself, an image of somebody else too, this goes for relationships as well. I feel like it just eats us alive. It doesn't allow us to stay present in the moment. It doesn't allow us to enjoy a lot of the things that are going on right now. And then all of a sudden, a year, 2, 5 years goes by, and then you look back and you're like, God, I wish I really, really was more present in the moment. And I wish that I was learning about who I am, not who I should be. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. Your 20s are the infant equivalent of adulthood. No one expects you to have it together. Okay, thank God. Okay. Episode's done. Everybody pack your bags, go home. Oh, I like this. It's okay to have fun, but still take things seriously. There needs to be a balance to set you up for your future. Trust your gut always. Where you're meant to be will always unfold. You know best. Also, just have fun. Life is too short and no one has it totally figured out. Don't be so hard on your physical body. It's perfect the way it is and you'll miss it. Ain't that the truth? Your 30s get so much better. Everything is a season. Invest in your friendships and yourself and enjoy yourself. Life is so short. Enjoy your life and seasons of waiting. It gets better. It always gets better. Even the good things get better. I'm 39. There's no such thing as timelines. Stop comparing and throw rules out of the window. Truly, no one is thinking about that thing that you said or what you're worried about. For any of my chronic overthinkers who maybe go on a coffee date or go to lunch with girlfriends or whatever, and then you go home and you analyze every single thing that you said, and you're sitting there and you're like, well, do you think they could have taken that differently? Do you think that okay, wait a minute. Should I not have said that? Wait, did I say that? Knock it off. Knock it off. Just fucking do it. Whatever it is, do it. It's okay to change your mind on anything. Your relationships, career, living situations, etc. Deepen your relationships with your girlfriends. Your 20s are for adventuring and exploring. After having kids, I view my body completely differently. Health over weight. Love that. Never blow off your girlfriend for a guy. I regret even looking at a man in my 20s. I love that. Once I became a mom, I realized every adult I know is just making it up as they go. And that's something that I realized as I got older. And because I've always been around kids my whole life with like all my cousins, big family, and then also just working at a gym, and I would go into the kids club section and whatever. And I'd always nanny. I nannied through college. It was the best. I've always been around kids. I've always loved kids. And it's so funny because you realize that you really just kind of like lie to them a lot. Like you parents are just out here lying to your kids. And I kind of love it. Know your worth in relationships or dating. Don't settle. The right guy will come. Even when you think you know, you don't. Life throwing them curveballs, you know? Advocate for yourself at work. Speak up for yourself in your career. I really like that. Don't let a boy tell you he doesn't want you twice. I want to emphasize that she capitalized the word boy. Yep. Not a man, a boy. You need to always remember that it's your life and you're going at your own pace. Be confident in decisions and gut feelings. What feels off/not right usually is. Trust it. Get off TikTok. You will feel better. I know, right? Ain't that something? You can do hard things you already have. Know what you can do and set your mind to it. Credit scores are important. Don't fuck it up. Keep your balance down and get it paid off every month. Love that. Okay, financial advice coming in. I promise you, people who look like they have their shit together definitely don't have it together. You're good. Be nice. It's really not that hard. Seriously, it's really not hard to be nice. Use your voice even when it shakes. Get comfortable speaking up in all situations, and it's never too late to make a change. I did a career change at 30, best decision ever. Okay, really, we've got career changes, we've got financial advice, we've got girls saying just pour more time into your girlfriends. Don't lose sleep over a boy. Don't. Take your finances seriously. Best advice, be intentional now and have a better future. It doesn't mean having it all figured out, but be mindful and aware. Educate yourself. The world is freaking expensive right now. Who knows what it will be in 30 years from now? Be prepared. Your purpose is to experience, not achieve. Ooh, okay. We've got some like philosophical baddies in here. Drink less, walk more, put effort into your friendships and your health. I want to read some longer ones that some of you guys sent too. Advice to the 20-something girlies from a 37-year-old. 1. The sooner you stop caring about what other people think, the sooner you will really be able to grow into yourself and own your peace. 2. Invest in your future. Whether it's a 401k or some other investment fund, start as early as possible. And even if you can't invest a lot, every cent counts. 3. 10 years from now, you will look back at yourself and wonder how you ever thought you were fat. Want to lose weight? Go for it. Want to also eat that donut? Eat the damn donut. 4. Focus on what you want out of life and who you want to be and work hard to accomplish that. The rest will follow. Don't settle for anything just because you feel like you have to follow some magic timeline. 5. If someone in your life is not making you feel your best and isn't giving you the support you need, cut them out. If you can't cut them out, lessen the importance of their opinions. Along the same lines, cultivate your social media to be a place you want to be. If someone's posts don't make you feel good, unfollow them. 6. Don't compete with your friends. There's room for all of us to be successful. 7. Have freaking fun. Go on that trip. Drink too much, but safely. Try that new thing. Just be a 20-something girl. That was so good. I really like, though, when she said, what was this part? If someone in your life is not making you feel your best and isn't giving you the support you need, cut them out. If you can't cut them out, lessen the importance of their opinions. That is unbelievable advice. That is unbelievable advice, because how many people want to cut maybe like family members out, but you can't really cut them out. It's not as easy to cut them out. Or maybe friendships, you know, because you're in a friend group and maybe one person is just you're not jiving with. Instead of just cutting them out, because maybe that's not the best thing to do situationally, or maybe at that time it's not the best thing to do, lessen the importance of their opinions. Oh my God, that is such good advice. You guys are amazing and incredible and so smart and talented and beautiful. I love you guys all so much. That is incredible advice. I'm 38 and my biggest piece of advice is to stop chasing. Just stop. Take a deep breath and stop chasing the image in your mind of how you think your life should look, feel, and be financially. That doesn't mean you don't have goals. Instead, make your highest priority to devote most of your energy to learning and understanding yourself and what you truly need and want. Because if you start with yourself, you'll learn sooner than most how to live the rest of your life authentically. Authenticity is the antidote to the pressures of living in a world that's designed to shape you into what it wants you to be, which is in a constant state of chasing. And remember, our brains aren't fully developed until we're 25. So take it easy. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Wait, why do I want to start crying? You guys are incredible. Ugh, nothing matters. It's in your head. Manifest, manifest, manifest. Don't settle, period. Stay active. You'll thank yourself later. If your family doesn't like your partner, it's for a good reason that you can't see right now. Listen. Ooh, you guys are good. You guys are good. All right, this is going to be the last one because thunder's rolling in and it's not looking too good outside. Okay. Okay, try not to rush through different stages of your life in order to keep up with everyone else. Take steps forward when it feels right for you and your partner. Be fully present in your 20s and do fun things for you. Take trips with both your significant other and also with girlfriends, especially before lots of kids come into question. Create healthy habits and make them part of your routine. It gets tougher to prioritize yourself, so you want to make sure it's a habit. If possible, start saving for a house slash retirement as early as you can. Show up for the people in your life's most important moments, even if it's not always convenient, and also take note of who shows up for you. Friendship gets way harder to maintain in your 30s, so you want to make sure you've got your ride or die people. You guys are incredible. Okay, I don't know about you, but I feel so much better. That is such good. Everything was such good advice. Okay, let's take the main things away. First of all, a lot of investing. A lot of investing. Start saving some money, start investing. Not only saving money, but like start investing. I started investing heavily this past year, and it definitely I'm starting to learn a little bit. I have a financial advisor, luckily, who takes care of all of the things for my business and everything like that. And he also handles all my money. So I'm very grateful for that. He's amazing. But investing is so important because instead of it sitting in a savings account where you're not making any money off that money, you're just putting it into like stocks or investments or other, funds or whatever it is where your money's growing. I mean, if it's going to sit there, you might as well sit there and make a little bit of coin off of it. So start saving. Love that. Start investing. And if you don't know how, either do your research or ask friends, ask your finance bro friends, ask your parents if you can. Ask maybe some friends if you're like, hey, are you investing or not? How should we find out how to just, ask around? I feel like people are too scared to ask questions anymore. Like, don't be afraid to ask about that. Number two, prioritize your girlfriends and not your man. And I think that's honestly, it's something that's like, we know, let's stick together, girls, but also when you're in a relationship, you want nothing more than to just hang out with your man like 24/7. But if you didn't already realize it is April already, time is flying. Time flies, period. Life is just going so fast that it's like if you don't prioritize your girlfriends now and really start pouring time and energy into your circle now, there's no better time to do it. Like, what are we doing? And also know who shows up for you. Start taking note of the people who are not only there at your worst, but are celebrating you at your highest. And pay attention to the people who are there for you at your worst and cannot celebrate you at your highest. And once you start doing well in life, because let me tell you, that lesson will be learned the hard way, and it's going to be through a friendship breakup. I'm going to promise you that. Like, that's just how the cookie crumbles. That's life right there. Prioritize girlfriends. Dump the man. If your girlfriends don't like him, if your family doesn't like them, you may not see it now. We've got our blinders on. Of course, we've got tunnel vision when we're in love. We've got those love goggles. Is it rose colored lenses? Is that what it's called? Seeing life in the rose. I don't know. That could be wrong. That's probably not a good analogy right there. But we've got tunnel vision when you're in love and you do anything. And even if they have a list of a million things that they are bad at and wrong and cons, if there's one pro, we'll hold on to that. We'll hold on to that until it's like absolutely not time to hold on. But maybe reconsider if your friends or your family doesn't approve of who you're with. Just reconsider. Just look, take a moment, look at it, see what's going on. Prioritize yourself. I would say that's the biggest thing is pour time and energy into you. Now is the time to be selfish. Now is the time to take chances. Now is the time to take risks. Now is the time to make that change. There's no better time than now to start anything new or pivot in life. You can always pivot at any time and you are going to be okay. And sometimes I call it woo-woo, call it delusional, call it whatever. When things are happening and they're always just happening and you're just sitting there and you're like, holy shit, when is it going to end? I just feel like it's one thing after another. Life is just slapping me in the face. Know that hold on, let me pull out my tattoo. It's happening for you and not to you. It's happening for you. Whatever is happening in your life is happening for you. There's always a learning lesson or an opportunity out of everything. And I like to just think that my path is already paved. I'm just walking along it right now. Like whatever is going to happen to me is what is supposed to happen. And I just have to trust in that. And there may be a lot of kinks and turns and windy motherfucking roads that feel like it's never ending nonstop. But that's just how it's supposed to happen. That is your path in life. And there's always going to be an opportunity or a learning lesson that comes out of every single situation, whether it's positive or especially the negative ones. But oh my gosh, I love you guys. This was such a great episode. Thank you for letting me dump our little natural disaster moment, our little tornado situation. We definitely, it's not looking good right now, you guys. I got to turn this on and I got to turn the news on because it's looking a little scary out. But I so appreciate everybody who wrote in to give advice for us 20 somethings. We don't have it, need to have it all together. We don't. We're hot girls. Hot girls don't have it together. We can't help it, okay? But I appreciate all of you guys. I mean, that was such incredible advice, and hopefully this was helpful for you even if you're not in your 20s and you're feeling like you needed just a little bit of support, a little bit of community, a little bit of like, am I alone in this? Am I okay? Is everything going to be fine? Everything's going to be fine. We're all in this together. We are all in this together. And at the end of the day, we are all just girls. Thank you guys so much for listening today. I hope this was a helpful episode for you guys. Hopefully, you're having a great start to your day or your week. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.